I'm Deuce, and I'm an intern from Australia.
I come from a land down under. You better run, you better take cover.
It's pretty crazy. So Logan came out to Australia 3 years ago and ran Hold the Standard in Sydney. And I went up and took part in that, and it was epic. It was such a cool weekend, and he just seemed to get it. And I said, if I book a ticket to come to America, can I do it as an intensive? And he was kind of like, well, yeah, sure. Like, if you want to book a flight over here, then do whatever you want. And yeah, so then I'd planned on coming back then, close to 3 years ago, and then the whole COVID thing happened and borders shut, and that ruined my plans. So I basically stayed in contact with him for 3 years, being like, I still want to come. And yeah, borders opened pretty recently. I booked a flight, and then here we are, 3 years later. Coming to Deuce, it seems like the kind of environment that, like, what attracted me is it's more about developing people and developing leadership in people versus the training itself. But then in saying that, the training itself is epic and the coaching is, you know, the best in the world sort of thing. So that was the coolest thing ever. And coming out to a random place where I didn't know a single person and was on the other side of the world to my family and friends, to where I just would need to figure it out and like make friends, seemed like both the most terrifying yet coolest thing that I could possibly do to grow as a human being. I booked the ticket. Expectations of Deuce, what I'd seen on social media was that it had really cool programs and offerings, and I think with sometimes places like that, you can build up an idea in your head of what it is based on social media versus what it is in person. So I was really hoping that it wasn't this cool thing on Instagram and then a disappointment in person, which luckily it wasn't. When I initially came on day one, I walked in to the gates, and it looks, if you've never been to Deuce before, it looks pretty intimidating because it's got the big gate up front, the motivated people only sign, and then a bunch of really fit people, or just what look like really fit people inside training. So I rocked up all ready to start this internship and got to the gate and was too scared to go in. So stood there for about 5 seconds looking in, not sure what to do, and then ran away and went to Whole Foods. And it was the first moment that it just really hit me of, what the fuck have I just done? I don't know anyone, I don't know anything, and now I'm too scared to go into this gym that I'm supposed to be at for the next 5 weeks. Anyway, message Logan, he was like, you're fine, go back in. Go back to Deuce. And I met up with one of the coaches in there, and as soon as I got through the gate, it was everything. It was the most welcoming environment I have ever been in for being a new person who doesn't know anyone. Yeah, it's the best. I feel like I'm a completely different person since I got here on day one. I think the amount of growth and development that I've had professionally and personally in the last 4 or 5 weeks is, like, I can't put a number on that. Yeah, the amount that, like, it's been a really cool experience. Like it's hands down the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. Yeah, I'll definitely miss the people, all the members. Yeah, everyone, every person here who's like given me a hug, like invited me out for a drink or tacos. Like June lent me his bike so I could ride that here every day. And Logan lent me his kettle and his oven tray. Like little insignificant things. Every time you walk in the door, Campbell's like, Jess, it's really good to see you, and he means it. It's those little things, and that's not even any of the growth that I've had from Coaches Prep either, but yeah. Logan is brilliant, like one of the best men I have ever met in my entire life, and he, like the amount of time and the way he can help you believe in yourself is really cool. And he let me come here.